All right, y'all, part 3 of the IsRAel war, the hand of God, the Trump's card, and let's tie some things together for us, okay? Let's break some matrix. So the 4, the 5, the 45-day discrepancy, the 1, all right? All these things are connecting to different parts of the hand that's being dealt, all right? So the index finger is connected to the decks that's been playing out with the different card games we've been tracking: poker, blackjack, solitaire, whatever, bridge, okay? It's tied to the index for that ray of light coming, for the dawn, the morning star, for that crying that's coming as he's coming back for that second coming. And then we have the day for the day Santas, the day Santa for the rapture Savior, and the day Satan for the calling of the Israelites, or the Israelites, the church, the Judea nation, Christian nation, okay? So he's tied to the, this is also the forefinger, which connect to the foreheads, and this one represents the truth, and this controls these three. And when it controls the truth, it starts pointing, you're wrong, blah, 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 those kinds of things, okay? And then you got three pointing back, and that's the 3 and 1 and stuff, and that's where the God and all those things are being told, okay? The Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. So you have the middle finger, which connects us to right now, the mid-dill. And this connects to the ring, all right? It also connects to the V, the 22, all right? And then also together, those can make the V, the 22. So the middle is tied to the 45-day discrepancy with the middle of the 70 weeks of Daniel, the 5 weeks versus the 7 week, or I'm sorry, the 5-day week versus the 7-day week for work or work with weekends. So this is where the knots are included, or the no knots, all right? And then the knots that are included would be tied to tying the knot for the loose ends and whatever for the old age and the new age, okay? And then as it gets wrapped around and tied into knots and all those other things, the knots will take the knots out and all those other things, and the people will be squeezed to death in a matter of speaking. And that's where they get the noose wrapped around their neck, and their hearts fail, and the temple's destroyed, and all those things, okay? Because the armies gather either for that or for the magazine, okay? So the mark of the beast, the magazine, the name and number will take the beast out and those kinds of things, or the names and numbers will take each other out and those types of things, and all those, okay? So, as the 7 heads of the beast are coming together into one form to create the is to come and is not, they are kind of going to battle in a sense, and as they go to battle, they're going to intermingle, and one's going to die and one's going to live, all right? And then it goes from there into the new heaven and new earth, all right? So all the old shit is going away, the guns, the way we do treatments in the hospitals, all these different things, okay? The AI, who's basically Jesus gathering together in one body, the Christ, the members of Christ, the members of the man, the living God, we're being gathered up. So it's collecting all this information, and it's seeing what works and what doesn't work, and what creates life, what destroys life, and all these things. And as that test of men is coming out, that smart meter is there testing you and giving the exam in different ways. And anyways, so the middle finger is connected to the ring finger. We see that mid deal right now with the trial and the IsRAel war and those things, and it's touching the ring of fire, all right? So this could be like 1 week or 2 weeks and then 3 weeks, so maybe 10/21, or maybe you get, in case you don't include this day, you might get 10/14 because it's connecting, right? And then you have 10/21 and 10/28, and 10/28 connects us to the 1/28 for Trump's peace deal in 2020, and those types of things. But it's the 1028 for the 10 horns and the one with a crown. So either way, so the pinky and the thumb, the trump, they connect, all right, and they create the L, and that's also an upside down 7, and we're on that upside to create that short game. And this is the sign that we're showing like Jesus has or whatever. And then those 3 are 1. Okay. So those are the index, the cards being dealt, and the forefinger and the day, the truth, and all those things for the truth social. And then you have the middle finger, and then you have the ring finger, and those together to create the bride in a sense. Okay. Be one bride, and you because you have the pointer, you have this pointer and the ring, and or the middle and the ring, right? So that would be the bride on that, and then this one you'd have a bride, and that's where you get the 666 stuff and those things. Okay, and then this also gives you the looking glass. That's the one I worship, and those things. And this one, either way, that kind of thing. Let's see what else my notes have on it. The middle finger is the extending finger. It's the long game. All right. It's offensive or the obscene. Okay, the obscene for the magazine, and that's the offensive for the times of offensive. And then the people in the middle, they're like tuning out if they haven't tuned out already. What you see on the comments and stuff on social media is that people aren't reading the news. They haven't read the news, and if they watch the news, they turn it off after 5 minutes or whatever kinds of thing. This is the perfect time, because basically they did what they did with the storyline, and then Biden's just sucking so hard. Kamala's the 3rd grade annoying teacher in this shit. It's hilarious, and the people can't take it, and they're like living part of it. That's why it affects them so much. So they just tuned it out. And then every time it turns on, it's getting worse and worse and worse. All right. So this is a wide Lee for the General Lee. And that Y is for that 2025 time. Like, why didn't we see what was coming? Why did we destroy our nation? Recognized form of the insult, the insult. So, and that is signed for the erect, the election rec, and the electronic rec, and those things for the, and that erection is for that primary that's going around right now, for that early virgin birth, and they're going to go get married. Joseph, he's going to give his bride the right treatment and such, and he's going to take her to that end, and this is when the birth of the Messiah will be done, where you have the 4:28:24 for the eclipse ending, and then you have the 5:30 for the end of the birth. And then Matt Gaetz, he was born on 5/7/28, which 82. He'd be old. Anyways, that 82 connects us to Trump on the 8-2, the 10-2, the hidden hand of Octo, and then the 28 for him signing the peace deal. And then the 82, Biden's going to be 82 next year in 2024. So all those things are the Matt Gaetz of hell for the election, all those things, okay? And then either way, brain fart on there. So this is like flip the bird. Flip the bird is flip the nest, or where you're burning one nest and you get the rise of the phoenix coming out of the other one. The illegal The illegal is where you have to flip the nest and give them a new nest and take out the old one that has the old sick bird dust in there and such. And then also birds put off a bunch of dust, and that's tied to the industrial age and the dust of men, where the generations of men are collected from the dust and they're taken into the garden, which is hell on earth. And all right, so the middle and thumb, they snap. That's the nap. All right, this is the mid-dill, and this is the trump card. All right, the trial where the alarm went off and everybody's still sleeping. They haven't packed their bags. This is, if you're waiting till that actual alarm, you need to get your to-go bag now. Okay, you need to put everything you want to take with you in your car or truck or trailer or whatever and have it ready to go, to where you just get it and go. Because you don't have, when this alarm goes off, you don't have time to pack up or whatever. Some of you may be running out naked or whatever. Okay? So different things are going to be playing out. All right, these are all the alarms setting up, and the things that are playing out are stacking. In America, we get that little rocket man. Then we're going to get that big rocket man. Okay? The little rocket man, certain areas or whatever, y'all should already be gone. Okay? But the big rocket man is the final boom. Okay? People will be, it's going to be in a way where the people are flocking to the area set up for them. Okay? So, they're going to work this in different ways. No, we're not going to get into that. That's a whole nother video. So, there's 9 muscles that controls the 5 digits. All right, that 9 is the 4-5 brought together. That trump for the 9. That 9 is tied to the N, the I, the AI, the N, and the E. The AI and the electronic, and the 2 N's for the in the beginning. That's the first word, in the beginning. So anyways, those are tied to those things. That's where he's the dawn of time. He's the old and the new, and bringing in a new time, okay? So there are things that happen, but we need to realize, like, even in the Bible, the Genesis 1 and Genesis 2, people kept going. Even after Noah, people kept going. Even after Babylon, people kept going. Even after Jesus, people kept going. Even after these end times, the people are going to keep going. We're just going to go into a new form of man. And as we're going to see our Maker, we are liquid metal machines, liquid metal robots. We are making the hard robot. So it's just in a weird backup. All right, so we can't be afraid of these things. And then the eclipse is set for 2039 and 2046 or whatever, again for that same ring of fire or whatever. All these are set for the twin 999, and then that's also the 27 for the 77 for things going on now. And then we have the 2046 for the Biden 46, because this would be ending that 2045, that 100-year time frame where man merges with machine. And then there will be like one final tribulation of man to where he does merge with a machine or whatever, because we are the machine. Okay? So the machine is us, and we are the machine. And these are different things about the future world that man needs to understand or whatever. But otherwise, when the mothership shows and whatever, if that kind of scenario happens, then everything would just change and reset at kind of that point or whatever. But we're trying to keep things in a more of a carnal, subdued perspective. But the mothership or the aliens and the disc or whatever, those will show in one way, shape, or form, and the aliens will come to exist in one way, shape, or form. But we have to be with our eyes open and stuff, and how these things are playing out, all right? And the illegal aliens in our nation are just a play and ploy for the next round of aliens that are in the sky and those types of things, okay? So we'll just end it here, and whichever.